Hi guys, today I'm very excited to be doing a plan with me for the week of April 17th through the 23rd. This was the week that we saw the Mario movie in theaters. This was a big movie week for us. We saw this one in theaters, but we also watched like 3 other movies, or I think maybe 4 other, I don't know. It was an insane amount of movies. And other movies that I did have kits for. Like I think we watched some of the Cars movies this week, and I do have a Cars kit. So I feel really bad that I'm gonna have to save those for another time, which means I have to rewatch them. But obviously I had to use the Mario kit for the Mario movie because that's literally what it was made for, and it's perfect art. So had to do it for the first time seeing that movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it now real quick so I don't spend time during the day by day talking about it, because I tend to like lose a lot of time that way. But yeah, I did really like this movie. I don't really get why it's like the highest grossing movie ever, or like however popular it is right now. I don't know necessarily that it deserves all of that. I think honestly they're just basing it off of like box office success, which basically means how many people went to see it, and I think that's because of all the hype surrounding like Super Mario. It's like one of the most famous video games in the world, and you know, a partnership between Nintendo and Illumination is only going to produce great things. So I think all that hype kind of surrounding it made people want to go see it. And then you get there and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a really cute movie, but it's basically like, you know, I could have told you the plot before we even got there. Like, you know, it's basically like every single Mario movie, you're just like watching it play out without actually, or sorry, it's like every single Mario game, you're just like watching it play out instead of actually getting to play it yourself. But it's kind of like everything is pretty much the same in there. It was really fun seeing Mario and Luigi as like actual people. I really enjoyed that. I like got a little bit emotional almost, which is like hilarious because, you know, I've played the Mario games a million times and like I don't even really see them as people. They're just like playable characters. But like because I love the game so much, I think that's why it, like seeing their like backstory and everything like made me just like love them even more. So I really loved that part of it. Did not feel the same way about Peach or like anybody else. The Toads were cute though. I liked the Toads. And the little Luma star was like hilarious, but also really out of place in the movie. Like Lumas aren't like that. Like if you play Super Mario Galaxy, they're really not like that. Like if I was gonna like assume anybody would be like that, it would be probably one of the like canon Goomba characters, or maybe one of the canon Toad characters, or like anybody. But like seeing a Luma be all like nihilistic and everything, that doesn't really fit with them as a species. I don't know. I know a lot of lore and like backstory and different characters, but I am excited to like see where they go, because I feel like this first movie was just like world building, and I feel like they're going to do a lot more movies in this world. Like obviously they have a lot to choose from. We basically kind of like skimmed over all these other like types of worlds, like the desert land and like the snow world and everything. We kind of passed over that very quickly, but I feel like you could do a lot to explore those. And then they kind of did hints at like exploring other galaxies and stuff, like from Super Mario Galaxy, where hopefully we get to see Rosalina, who's my personal favorite. So I'm hoping that we do a lot more with that. Not least, of course, bringing in like Donkey Kong and other characters. So that could be fun. Like if they want to bring in some Kirby, that would be fun too. There's a lot to choose from within the video game universe, so I'm hoping that this just kind of was a setup for more. Anyways, but yeah, I did really enjoy the experience. It was really fun seeing like everything. I literally wanted to live in the Mushroom Kingdom so bad. Just like seeing it as like a functional kingdom was just like everything I never knew I needed when playing like the video games. So yeah, it was super fun to see that. Anyways, so naturally I am using rainbow foil for this. There's like a lot of different foils that could work. Obviously like red could have worked, gold definitely, blue, you know, one of the pinks would have worked. Like there's a lot that you could have gone with here, green as well. But obviously I had to just go with all of them, so hence the rainbow foil. So I do have my rainbow basics, which just look way prettier than normal basics. Like they're all so gorgeous, or like any other foil color. And then I have some Mario specific stuff from my Mario collection and some like quote overlays. I am using all 3 Mario headers and the deco, some overlays, a quote overlay. For some reason, like I didn't offer a version of this quote like with the actual mushroom like confetti around it. So that only exists here on the screen right now instead of in my shop like it should have been. And I also didn't do like a themed tall box for this specific tall box. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just, because this wasn't a full collection, it wasn't like an FBE, like I wasn't tailoring it enough for the specific kit. So lesson learned, and next time I'll do that. I also didn't do corners, but I just did them for myself, and then the mushroom underlays, and then of course the mushroom 15mm and just a rainbow washi, like confetti washi, which is really cute. So we're just gonna use all of that. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down, everything, and then I will see you on the other side for the day by day. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the day by day. Starting off on a Monday, I marked sleeping in with my boyfriend with a sticker from Happy Daya. And then we finally went out to get bagels for breakfast that I had wanted to do the previous week, but unfortunately our plans were foiled when the bagel place was closed. So we made up for it by doing it this day, and oh my gosh, it was so good. I do love a good bagel breakfast sandwich. I just got a typical bagel with lox and cream cheese and capers and tomatoes and, actually I don't think they were tomatoes. I think it was just like onions. Either way, delicious. Adore it. That sticker is from Papershire to mark that. And then the place we went to also had some fun drinks. So, I tried an iced cinnamon toast crunch latte or something to that effect. It had like cinnamon toast crunch aspects of it, and it was pretty good. I don't know how much it tasted like cinnamon toast crunch. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it was just like sugary goodness, like probably no different from the iced chais that I like from Starbucks these days, but it was still delicious. That sticker is from Sweet Ava's Paper. Unfortunately, the breakfast kind of was a horrible occasion. I marked that with a sticker from Once More with Love, because like Aurora was like, that my boyfriend's daughter was trying to like give me some attitude about something or whatever, and I just like wasn't gonna engage, because like, you know, you don't argue back with the kid about something like that, you know, you don't stoop to their level and go back and forth. Like, that's not, you know, my place as the adult guardian to do that. So I was just kind of like not engaging, and like she got all butthurt about it, and like she wasn't gonna say anything, but then her dad was like, okay, you know, let out your feelings, like, you know, let's work through this or whatever. And so then she like became a huge mess, and he like had to go outside and comfort her for like 10 minutes or whatever, and just like leave me to eat the breakfast by myself. And basically that was like the whole morning. And then they came back in and like completely ignored me, and I was like, I don't think this is a fair treatment, because like, I mean, technically she was in the wrong, and like I just wasn't engaging. Like, I'm not the bad guy here. Why am I being ignored? This is not, like, I can understand if she doesn't want to talk to me, but like that doesn't mean that I have to, like, my morning is ruined, because like, you know, nobody wants to talk to me, and I'm, you know, eating breakfast by myself, and this was supposed to be a really fun occasion, getting bagels that I'd been wanting to do for months, and, you know, it kind of ruined everything. So I don't love how that turned out. Like, I can understand all points of view, but at the same time, like, it was really upsetting that my morning was ruined. So yeah, that was fun. Anyways, went back home, did some printing and cutting. I think this was also for a plan with me. Not too sure. But that sticker is from Crafty Planner Co. the day kind of got better after that. We all went out to see the Super Mario movie, which I already talked about in the intro, so I don't kind of have to spend a lot of time on that. But yeah, it was fun seeing that movie. Everything was all good by then. And I just marked that with a deco sticker from the kit, which I kind of knew I was going to. I don't think I have any. I actually think I have like maybe 1 or 2 Mario sheets from. Wait, who am I kidding? I have way more than that. Because like I was thinking of the movie, but like obviously I have sheets to represent the video games, so I have plenty of those that I could have done. But I just thought it made more sense to use like the deco from the actual kit because, you know, it's specifically made for the movie. And then I did pass out early that evening. I think I was just exhausted from the whole day. So I marked that with a sticker from Beneva Creations. Going into Tuesday, let's see, I had a really bad allergy cold on Tuesday. Like, sometimes my allergies just get so bad that it turns into an actual cold, and I'm, like, sniffling and sneezing and all that for several days. So, yeah, it was really rough on that day. Marked out with a tissue box from Crafty Planner Co. And then we did take our like, makeup road trip, like, actually to San Francisco this week, because last week we did kind of go into the city a little bit, not into SF, but like kind of close. But that was like more on business. And so we didn't get time to do anything fun. So we made up this week by doing all the fun stuff that we wanted to do, which basically means going to the Japan Center, and just that's it. That's what I go to San Francisco for, is the Japan Center Mall. So yeah, I marked that road trip first with a road sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co., which I just love using that to mark road trips because you can like layer it above the bougie boxes and behind all the like boxes and labels to like give the visual representation of it being a road trip. So I just loved that. And then I marked us in the car with a sticker from Joy of Planning. Oh, also all 3 of us went this time, so it was definitely a fun like family day. And also I think Aurora was still sick from her flu, and she was kind of recovering, so she wasn't going to go back to school anyway, which is also why we went out for breakfast the day before, because we don't usually get to do that. And then, let's see, while we were on the road on our way there, we did stop at McDonald's. I wasn't really hungry because we had a good breakfast before we left, but they did get fries, and so I helped myself to those McDonald's fries, which are pretty okay. I don't think they have enough salt generally, but they're not bad as far as fries go. Marked that with a sticker for Once More with Love. And then when we got to the Japan Center, we went to Daiso. It's like the Japanese kind of dollar store. Things are more expensive than $1, but they're like pretty cheap in general. So I always like to get socks there. They have some nice socks for cheap. So picked up some of those and some other things. That sticker's from Some Little Things. And then I got 2 of my favorite foods that I go there specifically for those. Taiyaki ice cream, which I always get matcha ice cream in a little taiyaki with red bean paste in it. And it is my favorite food, like, of all time. It's unbelievably good. And of course I did get also the little wafer stick in it. So that sticker from Hazel Sticker used to represent that is 100% accurate to what I got. Which is really fun. And then we also got mochi donuts as well, which are also the best things ever. And that sticker is also from Hazel Sticker to represent that. I'm really sad that she's like closed now, because now I don't have stickers to represent those things other than like what I have in my collection. Yeah, anyways, while we were at the Japan Center, we also had sushi for lunch. So that was really a treat. We don't get sushi that often, but yeah, I got some sushi rolls. My boyfriend got ramen. It was great. I think that Panda is from Station Stickers. And then while we were on the way back, we kind of alternated between movies. Well, actually on the way there and back, we alternated watching movies. We watched Cars for some random reason. My boyfriend wanted to put on Cars. And then he really likes the Red movies, like Red with Bruce Willis, I think, is the main guy. It's like an action adventure movie kind of situation. So we watched Red before, I think, a couple times, and he put on Red 2, which we haven't finished yet. But yeah, so we watched that in the car, and then when we got home, I helped him file his taxes because he left it for the last minute, which I felt better about myself because I like, I thought I was leaving it for last minute, doing it 4 days before the deadline, but he actually left his until the literal last minute. So thankfully he had me to help him, because I know how to do taxes, like, pretty well. So I was able to help him with that before the deadline. That sticker is from Happy Day. Let's see, Wednesday, I still had my allergy cold, so I marked that with a sticker from Once More with Love. Washed my hair, that's from Paper Dolls Co. Did some more printing and cutting. This time I print and cut my kits. Kits that I had, like, formatted the previous week, printable kits that I purchased. So yeah, I just print and cut those. That sticker is from Carly Plans. And then I read a book. That sticker is from Fox and Cactus, and the book that I read was called Wealth Habits by Candy Valentino. I listen to a lot of, like, business podcasts, and one of them recommended this book, and so I just on a whim decided to get it. And it was pretty good. You'll kind of see what the result of that was later. After that, my boyfriend and I had, like, a serious convo over some aspect of parenting, I think. So I marked that with a sticker of the Coffee Monsters Co. I made a cup of tea after that. That is also from the Coffee Monsters Co., I believe. This was the week that my boyfriend got to stay in town a little bit longer because of an unfortunate circumstance, but it turned out that, you know, he was able to spend a couple days more with us instead of 5 days up in the city, only 3 days up in the city. So we enjoyed the extra 2 days with him. And so yeah, going into Thursday, I marked sleeping in with a sticker from Carly Plans. I was in an awful mood that day, just randomly. I'm pretty sure, like, hormones are getting me good lately. I don't even know what it is. I think that my hormones are just not balanced for some reason. Because I don't get, like, quote-unquote that time of the month because I'm on the pill. So, like, I don't go through that. But I feel like my hormones are still trying to get me in other ways. I don't know specifically what the biology is behind that. But I have ordered, like, a supplement that I think is supposed to help with that and, like, other things. So hopefully that works. Anyways. So I marked that with a sticker from Some Little Things. And then I did practice driving the RV because technically it is under my name. It is my RV technically, although I don't pay for it. My boyfriend does because he uses it. But I decided I should figure out how to move it just around a little bit at least to avoid getting ticketed. So I did practice that. That sticker is from ScribblePrintsCo. It was not nearly as bad as I thought. Well, I think driving it on the road would be terrifying, but I was able to maneuver it around the lot pretty well. For somebody who's terrified of driving, I think I did pretty okay with that. And then we had another argument over something. It was a really bad argument. I don't remember 100% what the details were, which is kind of crazy now because it was such a big deal at the time. Like, I was, like, calling my mom afterwards and saying, like, hey, if I need to come, like, stay with you for a few days, like, just to escape for a little bit, like, you know, how soon can we get some flights going? And so, like, we were looking at that. Like, it was bad. And, you know, it's just crazy that I don't remember, like, what it was even about at this point. I think I, like, almost remembered once. I think it was just, I don't know. I think it was, like, a miscommunication or something that, like, got blown out of proportion. I don't even know. But yeah, it was rough. So that arguing sticker is from Joy of Planning. The calling mom sticker is from Sugar Pop Fizz. And then, of course, we apologize and things go back to normal as always. That sticker is from what am I saying? I haven't even announced the next activity yet. Then we watched Cars 3. I think they watched Cars 2 earlier in the day, and I worked during that time because I friggin' hate Cars 2. We don't talk about Cars 2. So I waited until they put on Cars 3, and then I came out. That sticker's from Creating & Co., and then I made myself a drink. We have horchata now, like, in the house regularly, and I always have vodka, so I mixed them. Instead of my usual White Russian, I made a vodka horchata, which is so good. And that was, like, a hand-drawn sticker of my own. That's my old-style doodles. I don't do that style anymore with, like, those super thick black lines. But it just was the closest thing I had to mark that. So I used that, and then we watched movies all the friggin' time. This was a very movie-heavy week, but, like, it always is. So we watched Dragon Ball Superhero, which was, like, the second Dragon Ball Super movie. And it like wasn't even really a direct sequel to the first one, so I'm like still waiting for them to kind of like follow up on that first one's storyline. I mean, it kind of was a direct sequel in terms of like the timeline, but like in terms of the actual events, it was like kind of random. So we're still waiting on that next one to kind of follow up the Brawley storyline. But either way, like we had been waiting on this one for a while, so we were happy to finally watch it. And it was still good, that's for sure. The animation style was like so different though. It's crazy. Anyways, that popcorn stickers from Beneva Creations. On Friday, my boyfriend and I slept in again before he went off to work. And then when he did, I had a PC repair guy come over. It's just kind of our local neighborhood guy that like everybody on Nextdoor recommends. And so I had him come over to look at my PC, mainly because of like it had been freezing a lot since we had like a power outage. Which, like, I didn't even mark in my planner when that power outage was. I think it was, like, maybe on the Sunday before this. But, yeah, it kind of, like, messed up my computer to the point where it was, like, freezing randomly, like it had done a year ago. And it had, like, fixed itself at that point, but I just wanted it to, like, not do this ever again. So he went through my computer and, like, tried a bunch of things. And so far, it hasn't been freezing, so I think it worked. So I was very happy about that. That sticker is also from Beneva Creations. And then I did my business bookkeeping. And then, let's see, filmed a haul, finally. I think I may have filmed both hauls. I haven't published the second one yet. I'm kind of, like, sitting on that one. Because I published the first one fairly recently. But, yeah, a lot of stuff to haul. That is from Whimsy. I did some reading. That's from Sweet Ava's paper. Uploaded a plan with me. That's from the Coffee Monsters Co. I was really tired for some reason. That's from Once More With Love. And then I organized these stickers after my haul, which I always do. It takes a while to put everything away in my binders. That is from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I printed sticker sheets from orders. So I just did the printing that day and I did the actual like cutting the next day. That sticker is from Crafty Planner Co. again. One of her new printer icons. Saturday, I had like a severe case of dizziness. I'm pretty sure it was like labyrinthitis, because I had just gotten over the allergy cold. And apparently if you have just gotten over a cold and you used to have a lot of ear infections as a kid, then you're more likely to get labyrinthitis, which is basically like extreme vertigo, and dizziness that like lasts a little bit. So yeah, it lasted the whole day. It was so weird. It's like whenever I laid down, I would get super dizzy, not even just closing my eyes, but just like the act of being horizontal would like make my head spin. It was so weird. And so like it was affecting my workout because I was trying to work out, and then like every time I would like do the one where I had like do the bench press on my back, then I would get super dizzy, and it was so weird. But I kept going because like, you know, it was the only exercise that like affected me that way, and I just pushed through it. Anyways, I marked the dizziness with a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. and then a workout with a sticker from Carly Plans. The vertigo did last, I think, a day or two, and then it like went away, but then I just got it again like yesterday, so I don't even know what's going on. There's always something going on with me, like I said. It's never like a cold, but it's always something crazy. Anyways, I did more printing and cutting work. That's from Happy Day. I finally watched the last episode of season 1 of The Walking Dead. So I got to tell Elisa about all of my final thoughts on that, because she's been like bugging me to finish that. So yep, finally did that. I want to go into season 2. I have season 2 already, but I think I'm taking a break to finish up one of the other shows that I have also taken a very long break from first. So that's the plan with that. And then I marked that I did some foiling. That's from Papershire. Called My Boyfriend. That is from Fox and Cactus. And then I finished my book, the Wealth Habits book, I believe. That is from Sweet Ava's paper. And then Sunday, I marked Sleeping In. That's from Carly Plans. I cleaned the bathroom. That is from Creating & Co. Let's see, I shaved. I only used the third box, so I could use this enormous sticker from Beneva Creations just to kind of use them up. Did some more work, printing and cutting. That is from Sweet Ava's paper. Foiling. That is from Happy Day. And then my silhouette machines were a real nightmare that day. They were just not cooperating at all. It was just the worst. Like, I would have sheets that had taken me forever to get foiled properly, and then the machines would just tear them apart, and it was the most frustrating thing on the planet. So I'd have to like redo the same sheet like over and over and over and over and over, and it's just a huge pain. So I used an appropriate sticker from Sweet Avis paper to mark that. I also did laundry. I had started doing laundry myself before my boyfriend came home, just to help out with that. That is from ScribblePrintsCo. I watched a webinar on real estate investing, which was what the Wealth Habits book had gotten me inspired to do. So thus began my journey through that. That is from Happy Daya. And then I did a bike workout. That is from Carly Plans. So that is the spread. I love how it turned out. Super duper fun and brightly colored, and I think the rainbow foil was perfect for this. There's not that many kits that rainbow foil can go with, and I was worried that it would be like a little bit too busy with this one, but I think I used like just the right amount to where it complements it very nicely, and it's just a really fun spread to look at. Because the deco was like mostly character specific and like there wasn't a ton that I knew I would be using, I did put some garland up at the top, so love how that turned out. And oh, of course, all the little quotes that I did everywhere, and the quote in the tall box with the deco, that was a little fun touch that I added. And yeah, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be fantastic, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.